Hi, everybody. How's it going? I know I'm a bit behind, but we were having such a grand old time in Magic to Market. If you've never been in Magic to Market, it's amazing. It's about divinely led businesses. And for anybody who is new here, I've been in many different industries for quite some time. So we literally talked about social media, algorithms, self-publishing, layouts, like doing it in a really scrappy way, audiences, spirituality. Well, we talked about all the things today and it was so much fun. So if you have any business questions or are an artist and are just wondering how to get things started, I highly recommend that you come to a Monday class. I teach it earlier in the day in the rising and then also towards the end of the day. Hi, Victoria. How are you? Since I last saw you, what have you been up to? How's your eclipse? Everybody, let me know how your eclipse went. I know many people were experiencing a lot of energy. Let me tell you, it was weird. It was so weird. I personally was sitting at my friend's house. It was like a very divinely led experience. Let me see what you said. Oh, cleansing. In what way? Do tell. Do tell. Gives us the details. And I just like, there's something about this land. Obviously, that's why I'm here. This the energy just like came up through my legs and through my head and then went like whoosh out of my body. And I was like, hey, I'm not feeling so well. It's like, what time is it? What time is the eclipse? And then they're like, oh, it's in like such and such minutes. It was like a really close. I was like, I feel like I'm being stretched like Laffy Taffy. It was the funniest thing ever. It was great. Life has been working in my favor. Victoria, don't spare the details. Details. I'm excited for you. Yeah, if you've been doing manifestation work and healing and growing, like you've been in fast manifestation energy, especially with this last class, I'm not surprised that it has been working in your favor. I am so freaking proud of you. And just to see everybody's gifts evolving and being within the magic. Oh, here we go. Here's all mine. I did the nails wrapped. Oh, cool. On the red string. I cleaned my whole house. I have been working on my rituals and I've been Victoria. Yeah. Okay. The charms, the protection charms, those are like, I don't know why when I did that, I heard I've been kissed by a rose by Seal. I don't know why. Why is that coming through right now? I love that you are following through with all this stuff. Also, how's the food? How's the food going? Hi, Elle. How are you? I can't say long before a bit. Happy I made the live. I'm excited for you. How was your eclipse? Do tell me. Do tell me. I'm not going to be on too long either because I'm very behind and I need to go to bed. But I did want to check in with you all, say hello. And also, this Thursday's class for Z School for the Gifted is Tarot 101. So you can have your regular spiritual questions, and then we're also going to do stuff with tarot and like a general story and all that kind of thing. And I'm going to like plug it in throughout Z School for the Gifted because I know a lot of you are also readers and it's new for folks and it's been on the calendar and it's coming forward. So it pays to be a little bit psychic. So if you want to learn about that, definitely come on Thursday. I did them last night and lit my red and purple candles. Yes. Ugh, you're crushing it. I'm so excited for you. I've been eating better. I haven't been too bad. Still can use some improvement with a laughing face. There's always going to be room for improvement. It's totally fine. But I'm just happy that you're doing all these other things. Like, that's huge progress. You literally changed. So like, that's a list of stuff that you've been doing. I'm so happy. You're only going to continue to feel better throughout these days. And like with this fast manifestation energy, since today we're talking about manifesting with intention, it's down to the food that you eat will change the trajectory of your life. So since you are signaling to the universe, you know, like, I'm ready to move forward, I'm ready to manifest my dream life, it's going to start happening for you. And I feel like that instance with getting into School for the Gifted, and like multiple times, you've just kind of been gifted it in some way, shape, or form, like, should show you that you're in a very powerful energy. I'm just feeling my human stuffs, and at the same time, I'm feeling better. Good. I'm happy Nia let me do a reading for her, and that was great. I want to do more for peeps. I'm doing my workshop, and my arm hurts. Why does your arm hurt? Energy? My daughters start school tomorrow. I can get much more done each day. Amazing. Yay. You'll have more space, like, and capacity. You know what I mean? I didn't realize I just hyper focus and like overdo it a little, but it's fun. Super common to hyper focus. Yeah, be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Also can be common with people who have a little bit of anxiety as well, because they want to hyper focus and fix the thing. So, hi, King Grizzly. You are so appreciated, Z. Thank you so much. Oh, hugs to you, Victoria. I'm so glad you're here. Are you in the chat? Did you join Z School for the Gifted chat? Not gonna lie, I'm adjusting still to the energies I'm feeling. So I'm very much giving myself grace, good, and compassion. Yeah, it takes time to adjust with anything. And we literally have 2 eclipses in this month, and there's like portals throughout the entire month. It's like every other day. So just keep on going. I'm excited for Tarot Thursdays. Yay! Yes, Tarot 101 for anyone who's just joining. Z School for the Gifted on Thursday is going to be Tarot 101. Grand day. Hello, Angela. How are you? I'm also dropping a tarot reading for the YouTube channel subscriber folks. So I think it should have dropped. If it didn't drop earlier today, I'm going to go check. There's been lots of tech things happening. I don't know how to join the chat. So an email went out after class. Did you get the email? Make sure you check your spam because the link is in there. Pretty sure I added. I did. Like, should be there. It's on Discord. There's a special link for it. Dang, yeah, just riding the waves. Yeah, you got to ride the waves. Also, you're doing a bunch of healing of other areas. So be mindful of trying to hyperfixate on something out of a sense of control versus a sense of like freedom. Angie, I updated my logo today too. That felt helpful. I love working on Canva. Fun, doing creative, fun, stimulating stuff like creating a workshop is amazing. I can't wait to put it out there. Woo! I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you to launch this. Yes! We were just talking about launch dates today and everybody holding themselves accountable. And I recommend for everybody, if you have a business and you're wanting the accountability, and let's say you're not like Elle, where Elle is in More Than Worthy and also has part of the Divine Academy and her thing, like, I highly recommend that you come to the weekly classes and hold yourself accountable. Like, there's Z School for the Gifted if you want the spiritual part, and then you've got Magic to Market for the business part. So you can constantly check in every single week to make sure you're staying on track, get your questions answered. And then we have the Art of Love and Magnetism for your extra healing, right? Because all of this contributes to your manifestation. It's on Fridays. Elle, you've been on fire. See, Kev is cheering you on too. Definitely the creative passion is strong right now. Very motivating. Yes, be in that creative energy. Like, this is the perfect time. And you know, today's live, I had put the title as Manifesting with Intention because a lot of artists, which we kind of touched on today, it's very easy to not pay attention to manifesting with intention, meaning you're just creating for the sake of creating, which yes, you should do, but you should also have a sense of intention of like, why am I creating this? Not from the ego standpoint, but like from the heart space standpoint, and like pouring yourself into it even more. And that will also help bring visibility to a lot of your creations and things like that, because the energy ripples out of you, right? You're having fun, but you're also doing it with intention, right? Like for, the Mango Men, for myself, is very much so like it came out of a creation of like everybody wanting to talk about love and me sharing my story, and then realizing also that I could share all my manifestation stories and love things where I messed up, but also like inspire people to just remember to have fun and fall in love regardless. And the world is a magical place if you let it be. So like, what is your intention for your creations and things like that? And you're welcome to write it in the chat as well. It's funny though, once I start my projects, then that's how I know what they'll end up being. I'm kind of a planner for it all, but I get the downloads once I actually start the thing. Yeah, that's totally fine. It's, the energy has to flow sometimes. I love your Jessie. And oh, thank you. It's a top. It's my favorite triangle top. I'm wearing shorts right now. Oh, see. It's a top. I painted this piece and got my orange glasses and then this top appeared all randomly. And I was like, I love it. I love it. It all works out. Thanks, Victoria. I appreciate it. I just feel kind of weak and hungry, and my tummy has been kind of hurting. So I'm doing my best to take care of myself and accept help that's actually been positive. Good. My friend took care of me this weekend. Aw. Are you getting sick? What's happening with your tummy? I have so many questions. I have so many questions. I'm going to take a sip of, I'm drinking cacao right now. I have cacao every day, probably like twice a day. It's like 80 something degrees in here and I don't care. I will always drink something hot. But do tell me in the chat, with your manifestations, how are you creating your intentions? Are you creating intentions when you have manifestations, right? Like, let's say you want to manifest a date or something. I don't know. What's your intention behind it? Why do you want that date? What do you want to experience? How do you want it to go? Start from someplace, right? If you write, or if you have a podcast, what's your intention behind the podcast? It's really easy to just create something, but the intention is what anchors it in. It's what keeps you going. It's what keeps you going. When I first started my first podcast, the I'm a Talk About It podcast, it still exists. It's an activist podcast. And I literally took my intention and I put it in the intro of my podcast. Like it literally says, talking about, I can't remember how it's phrased. I might actually have it on, it's still on Spotify, I'm pretty sure, about making the world a better place. And so every time I would create an episode, I would listen to that. So then I always knew when I was making an episode, even if it was about a sensitive subject, that my intention was to, or is to make the world, oh yeah, it's still on here, make the world a better place. Let's listen. What did I say? Now I'm so curious. There to guide you every single step. Hey, everyone. This is, where is it? Oh, that was a really old one. Let's see, maybe this one.
Welcome to
Talk
About It. I'm Alicia E., empowerment coach and
What's your
ancestral
intention?
healer, and I'm here to teach you how to break generational cycles, self-advocate, and ascend to happiness without the guilt of wanting a better life for yourself. You don't have to choose the same path as those before you. You can choose a better way, your way. Because if we can each heal ourselves today, we can heal the world tomorrow together.
Be creative with where you place your intentions in your business. I wanted to share that with you because I feel like there's many ways that you can use your intention, and maybe, yes, you could implement it into your business mission, but you can also let people know what your intention is before all of your creations. I had to start from scratch. I wouldn't try to do all the downloads at once. Yeah, exactly. We were just talking about that today. I don't know, because I keep saying I have allergies. I'll see how I feel this week. I'm not gonna lie, PMS flares. Yeah, PMS flares up because you're inflamed. Keep focusing on your food and shifting your food. And we can go over that more. PMS and all that is just your body telling you it's out of alignment, really. And it's all inflammation. That's all. It's an easy fix. My manifestations are my online coaching business and YouTube show with puppets. Your puppets are so cute. Music, dance. I'm like Sherry Lewis, really, with my L Bear spin. That's so cute. Oh, I'm budgeting for my props. Yay, for my show. Then I'm happy I can use Canva and have Linktree now and can post on Substack and take the pressure off to, like, I don't gotta be anything other than me. Yes, only be yourself. I'm scripting right now. I needed to hear that sound clip. Yay! Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. I love that. I might actually bring that podcast back. I haven't really decided, but it's an example of what you could really do with your podcast, and the same thing with your book. Like, if you have a intro or a preface, or yeah. I mean, I'm going to be launching the first episode of the Hidden Fairies nighttime, like, white noise stories, and in the beginning it has a very similar thing to it, because it's good to also let people know why it's created. A lot of people forget that, but as a creator, we should tell them, right? Because if someone's listening to something, it's our job to tell them what to use it for. It's our job to tell them. But I feel like sometimes within the artist space, if you're like a painter or something like that, people are like, I just want my art to, like, speak for itself. But if we're healers and we're creating things, like, it's good to give people context. We can't forget the context part. And so with this podcast, because I was talking about topics that people do not like talking about, I wanted to make sure that people knew it was safe to choose themselves, to help the world, and to do it in their way, but to still be able to make an impact. Because when we all kind of live in our acknowledgement of ourself and our creativity and love, we can create more of that in the world. Yes, I see. And I have a whole idea for the podcast. Yay! I need to actually put that podcast link somewhere. I'm gonna bring that one back. It's a great podcast. It's one of my favorites. That was the first podcast I ever monetized. And then shit hit the fan. And then I took it down. Except not really, because it's still there. Yes, that's good. I'm going to keep scripting. I'm going to make homemade chicken soup. Yay! Awesome. Oh my God, I love that. The white noise stories. I'd love to listen at night. Yeah, that's basically what it is. I'm super excited. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to release this first one, but I think I'm just gonna do it. And it's the original one. Like, I have, like, because originally the story was meant for little kids, but then I decided to just have the book for the little kids for now, and then do other stuff for them. And this one, I was like, I really want to get to, like, folks who aren't kids but have that inner child thing. But, like, sometimes you just want to listen to something in the background, as people who are, like, neurodivergent and all that kind of stuff. And I was testing it on like people like different ages, and they're like, I was just listening to it and passed out, which is great. It's great because that was the whole plan. That was the whole plan. Because the music is set to like heal you. Like that's what the frequency is. And then it's meant to help you fall asleep because a lot of people can't fall asleep. And so the noises and the story is like not very complicated. So even if you fall asleep, like it's totally fine. You can still listen to the next one. But yeah, it's coming. Scripting is great. I also have to get the dryer vent cleaned out of my condo before December. I don't want to let it keep blooming over, but it'll cost me $75. I think I might ask my mom and pay her later, one download at a time. Yes, Kevin. Hi, Z. Hi, Nia. How are you? Put it in Discord. Are you telling Elle that, Kevin? I'm catching up. I gotta make my daily living as easy as I can for myself. And it's interesting that I'm budgeting now versus when I had my active income, but I think my energy is so much different and calm now. I can do it. Yeah. A lot of people, it's you know, it's budgeting isn't necessarily something that we're all taught. It's I mean, and I don't even like to call it budgeting. I mean, it is, but I like to call it money management, mastering money management, manifesting money management. Because I love money. But we're not taught how to handle money. I will say that. Unless like your parents did that. Like you have to like actively seek it out. And the ironic part for myself was that my mom was an accountant, but she was busy mothering as a single mother and putting us all through school. So that was like not on her priority list, understandably. Yes, I love that. See, I relate. My art is tailored for inner child-led neurodivergent peeps. Yeah, also, and so are my goals too, not just kid stuff, because I think my audience is peeps like me for sure. Yeah, your audience is the best rule of thumb is like your audience is always going to be an earlier version of you. Rule of thumb. No, the link to my podcast. Oh, the one I just played. You're saying the one I just played? Yeah. Sorry, Kevin. I'm like, what's happening here? I will definitely drop it. I'll drop it in Discord. I'll also drop it here. No. Oh my gosh, it copy and pasted so many things. Ay, Dios mío. I feel like for some reason, you know how sometimes you can copy and paste from like your phone if you have an Apple to like something else? But it's like not working anymore. Oh my gosh, I think I just sent that to my friend. Wow. You're gonna be like, what is this? Did it work? Why is this a thing? Hold on, people. Okay, here we go. I refuse. It will make it. Boom. I also put it there. Very fun. Yeah, exactly. That's what you can call it. I'm going to be active and assertive with less procrastinating. So I'm telling myself I can ask for help since my mom is down to help me. Even like I'll offer to clean her place in exchange. We'll see. Did she tell you that you had to clean her place? Is it the time for manifesting or letting go full moon? Well, it was an eclipse, so both. Both. Because it's like this. The energy does this. So it's like an overlapping of both. And the week before now, because the full moon is growing towards illumination. So any seeds that you planted around new moon would start to come to fruition towards the full moon. But also there was a huge breakdown for like the last 2 weeks. So if there was anything in your life that you were not facing, the universe was causing chaos for you to be able to see it leading up to this eclipse. You can you're constantly manifesting. You're constantly manifesting. So great question, Christine. So it's both. It's both. A great time to also cut stuff is when the moon is waning. So right now, like waning meaning it's getting less bright, but we're also constantly manifesting because we're in a manifestation portal, like doubly, triply, quadruply portal for September. So it's kind of like you have to stay on top of your letting go in order to speed up your manifestations, because otherwise you quickly manifest a bad outcome. If that makes sense. We're in a very weird time right now. Yes, so true. Past version of me. Love that. Yeah. Yes, earlier versions of me. That's a great reference for my audience. Yeah, that's always the rule of thumb. You can only teach as far as you've learned. So you can't teach past what you are learning today. And you're in a new version of yourself, so you're mastering this version so you can teach the other versions that you have let go of. So always think about it like that, because you're going to be teaching people who are going through what you went through. Apple update made things wonky. It's annoying. Did you say that one's audience will be past versions of ourselves? Yes. Or did I just hear that in my head? No, that's correct. Hey, Christine. No, I think she is okay if I pay her back later. She doesn't ask me to pay her back if she wants to give me. I don't remember asking her for money since she was offered. I was just curious about the dynamic. Like, if anytime you ask for money, like, are you expected to pay it back, or is that something that like you create, or do they like say that? Just curious. I'm good. Today has been good. Very chill. I just found myself overthinking not too long ago, though. So I said, let me get up and transmute and eat. Look at Nia just doing all the tools. I love that. How are y'all? Oh, we're good, Nia. Thanks for asking. My energy feels so calm right now. I have faced a lot and was like, I am letting go, trusting. Wow, I can actually enjoy living my life. Yeah, exactly. I can travel and provide my services, for example, and Zoom. We were literally just talking about that today in the Divine Academy, especially as people are, manifesting their business. I'm pretty good, Nia. How are you? I'm doing so much better, Nia. Aw. I see it. I can relate to overthinking. Yeah, there's been a lot of overthinking energy. I was also telling them that today. It's normal right now because the energy is being pulled out of you. It's being pulled out of you, illuminated. It's what eclipses do. As I said, I felt like Laffy Taffy being stretched out. And I feel like for the last maybe like 6 months, I've been journaling and doing prompting and scripting like every day, probably like 3 times a day. So don't be afraid to get into that energy. Like, make sure you're doing your work and all that other stuff, but like stay on top of your healing right now so that you're not in the energy of overthinking. But it's going to pop up, especially if it's been a part of a past version of yourself. There's weird shit happening today too. It's just fucking odd. And technically there's a portal on 9/9, which is tomorrow. So the energy's already here. So like completing cycles. Someone just fucking texted me from the past. I was like, we all know how this goes. So all of you are going to make conscious decisions to not dabble in your past. All of you. All of you. It's feeling easier and in alignment more to do that. Before it felt like cloudier for me, if that makes sense. It feels less diluted now. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There was so much energy around it. It was like you couldn't clearly tap in even if you tried, just way too hard to do it. Like, because you're focusing on all this other anxiety or what ifs, and when you're dealing with change and ascension and expansion, like your brain has to catch up, which was is why, like, in More Than Worthy, right? Like, we focus on doing tangible things in the beginning as well, because you need to have tangible things around you, because your brain goes for, like, when you begin your generational healing journey, and it's like, I'm gonna face what? And so you need everything to be predictable around you to make that transition a lot more easier. And like you said, get to that point where you can enjoy your life. My neighbor actually said something to that, to like go along with that energy. And I don't know, I think we were talking about money or something like that. And he does like freelance too. And what did he say? He's very like nonchalant. Like, he's like a big picture, implement large amounts of money, and then like uses it to live. Like, there's some people who they work to live, and then there's other people who live to work. He's the work to live. And so he was like, as long as money is coming in, then you live all the rest of the time. And I was like, I love it. So, so when you have moments in your life where you can just live, enjoy it. Enjoy it. And that tangible stuff, like, is there to support you. That's why it needs to be there. And that's where sometimes people in the spiritual community get really caught up and lost on their path, is because they, as I say, like, haven't planted their physical pentacles. You can't do manifesting if you're freaking out about money, if you're freaking out about relationships, if you're freaking out about the roof over your head, right? Like, there's tangible things that have to be done in order to also help with your manifestations. Yes, the full moon energy was very strong. I'm not fucking with my past. That exactly. The past is done. There is no past. Anytime something from the past comes up, I like to do this. God, I'm already done with it. Take it away. Like, I literally do that all the time. My hands. I'm done. It's like out of this universe. I clapped it. I smashed it. Not really smashing it, but you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's like a signal. You should have a signal. What's your signal? Want to be a bird? All of you should have a signal to God. Or whatever, like, maybe it's you're wiping it off in your head. I'm like, bye. See you later. I've clapped you out of the universe. Every full moon, the past reaches out, and I decline the invitation. I love that. You could say, I infinitely decline the invitations from the past. And so it is. There you go. Say it all the time, Kevin. I infinitely decline all invitations from the past. And so it is. God wills it. Do it all the time. And then you can bring it in with your ancestors. I literally tell my ancestors, dear ancestors, please rip away anybody. Please rip away anybody who is from the past that I really shouldn't be dealing with. I don't really care if it hurts or how it happens. Just rip it away. Amen. Woo! Clear it out. Thanks, Nia. The relationship to embrace that life is a roller coaster ride. I signed up to beyond. Yeah, I gotta just enjoy the ride and focus on what I can control and trust that it's okay. Exactly. Accountability. And yeah, that overthinking can be too much. Heavy on the decline invites. Yeah, I infinitely decline the past. I swear. It's like, if I get another fucking message, I'm like, how many times? We about to be blocking. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to just make everything as simple as I can. I think winking has been a signal between me and my guides. I love that. Wink at them. Do you double wink? You're like, nailed it, manifested, done. Hi, Jamila. Hi, Gifted Booze. Y'all are so cute. Gifted Boo. You all are so cute. I'm just saying, try it, Mia. Get creative with your manifestations. We have the gift of speaking things into existence. So why wouldn't you add some claps? The other day, I was channeling some sort of ancestor and was like, I was like, I don't know who the fuck you are, but I love this. It's like doing all these things around my bed. And I was like, praise Lord. It's like, I want to ask your name, but I don't really care. So you just get into it, you know, just bye. Just go for it. Yeah, see, I heard wipe me down. Yeah. Yeah. Just let it go. That's going to be your bad signal. Winky face. Just a single wink. Okay. Is it a slow wink? Or is it like wink? I know, wipe me down. Oh my goodness. What is y'all signal? I want you all to write in the chat what you're going to do when you start overthinking. I would channel whatever this ancestor is. I recorded the song that they were having me sing because I was like, this is a great song. I don't know where it came from. Someone before I left was like, do you make worship music? And I was like, why do I feel like that's coming? I got an ancestor and they're like, shh. You just got to follow it. I love Vibe Z ancestor. Yeah. What's going to be your signal? Everybody, when you're overthinking, what are you going to do? What is going to be your like fast wink? Okay, I'm going to do the butterfly hands on my chest. This one. And tap my hands. So actually calms me down. This is like a spider. Ew. I want to see. I wish I could see these. Everybody has to do their bat signal in Z School for the gifted next time. An old man with whiskers. King Grizzly was singing that song earlier when I was wiping spaghetti off my daughter. Okay, I'm gonna get going. I'll talk to y'all later. Good night. The universe be on it. I'm a shimmy. I'm hearing, let me see them shoulders. Okay, good. I want everybody. Does everybody have one? Nia has one. Elle basically has a wink and something. Who else has one? You can't get out of it. Try me. You need something. It's called a pattern interrupt. You can use it on social media too. Like if you're like, I'm about to make a video about peanuts. And then if you're like, do you know what a punani is? I have these great peanuts. You know what I mean? You can use it at any time. I think I'm a bankhead bounce it off. What does that mean? I'm confused by that, Jamila. What does that mean? Good night, Elle. You can all have different ones. I'm gonna be walking around. I feel like this energy is here. We should all do it. Wipe me down is wild. I love it. Isn't it? Bankhead bounce to switch up the energy. Okay. So it sounds like everybody has one so far. King Grizzly has one. Mia. Angela, what's yours? Angela, if you're still here, what is your move? What is your move for overthinking? You got to have an overthinking something. Tell me. Yes, beer fingers. Was anybody else a cheerleader? I was. You can, yes. Whatever you want to do. You got to have something that's like, I give it away. I give it away. Like literally, it helps so much It's like, nah, bruh, bye. I will say, I have been known to say, bye, ho, with someone in particular. Like, I give you to God, bye. See you later. I mean, you shouldn't call people names, but I'm fully transparent. And I will say that sometimes in my darkest hour, I will say things that are not great. Heard you, Jamila, yes. I like spinning. So are you gonna spin around in circles when you start to overthink? Hey, that works too. If you're just like, I'm just gonna, are you gonna spin like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 1-year-old? 1-year-old is wild. They don't even know which way is up. They can barely walk. I'm just saying. I was spinning a month ago. I haven't done it in years. It was fun to do it. It's so fun. I was doing that with my nephew at the park a little bit. He like doesn't like spinning very much. He likes running, but he's not really a spin. Like we both get dizzy very fast. He's just like, oh, whoa. And he's a solid kid. So I feel like if he were to spin and hit something, it would just not be great. Not be great. Like he's not the type to like have fast reflexes. Put that on the t-shirt. Bye ho. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I prayed it away. Bye ho. Shouldn't say that. I'm just saying, you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? But like sometimes when you're in the moment and it's someone you really don't want to see, get what you can out of your mouth. Get what you can out of your mouth. And then say, I'm so sorry. If you can get something else out of your mouth, get something else out of your mouth. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. I talk to God about this sometimes. Real. Yeah, exactly. Especially when it was one particular person, you know, it's like, mm, mm, mm. It's like, you're lucky I only said that word. It only hurts me in the end, anyways. So just think about it, you know? You could be like, bye, flower. It doesn't sound the same, but you could do that. Be better for your energy. It's definitely better for your energy. Bye, we work soon. True. Exactly. How is your nephew? Will you teach him about his gifts? I want to. He's so good. My family sent me the cutest picture because I got him this outfit for his first birthday from this really cute boutique. I mean, I was a personal stylist for a very long time. So like, and I used to like style teeny tots, like little kids and adults, but I love doing kids. The cutest little outfit because he runs warm like his father, who's ginormous. And they put him in it and he was walking around all smiling with his tiny shades on. It was the cutest thing I have ever seen. He's doing great. I'm glad that I got to see like him talk and see him walk. And yeah, they send me photos and I got a lot of photos of him before I left. And my sister has like one of those albums. So you can watch him grow up basically, but only the family has access to it. So I can see how he's doing. I miss his little chunky butt. I do want to teach him about his gifts. Again, it's like up to his parents, of course. We have a very special connection. Very, very special. I send him energy. And the other day when I was standing near him, he was acting a little wild. And I just like imagined energy in my hand. And I kind of like did, and I was like, kind of like sent it to him to like calm down and stop. And he like stood there and then he sat on the ground. My sister was like, did you just magic him to be good? And I was like, maybe. It's like, we have a special way of communicating. He just like sat there. It's like, oh, a new skill. Great. He's sweet. Thanks for asking. I miss him a lot. Facts and repent afterwards. Yeah. If you can consciously say something else, then you should say something else. I don't want God saying that. I just, don't sneak it through. My nephew and I talk about gifts and how it feels like when we wake up, we're coming back from our other lives. He's so open to being magical and gifted. I love that. Kids usually are. He's young, like he just turned 1, but he sees spirits all the time. Because I can see him, I can sense him, I can feel him. And if I'm like especially holding him, he's like looking around, not scared. Like he's just like, do you see that? Look at that. Like, what is that? And we just kind of laugh. He's great. Kind of reminds me of like when cats see spirits. It's like, what are you looking at over there? And they're like, oh, that album idea is so nice. And I can tell you love him a lot. Yeah, the album is amazing. And you can comment on it and do all this stuff. And they always put funny photos of him, of like him like smushing them, or like he's got blueberries all over his face, or like trying to eat the phone. He's great. He actually loves remotes and phones. So they got him a fake remote and phone for his birthday. It's the best. I love that, Julia. That's so cool. Yeah, I love that you have that relationship with him. He's a cool kid. I had to tell him sometimes it may scare people, but I don't think he cares. Yeah. If you like empower kids, they really they can live in that freedom because they love their gifts so much. Like the teasing and all that kind of stuff, like will sometimes happen, but you can still love them and coach them, parent them through that. Both kids asleep. Sweet freedom. I love that. Sweet, sweet freedom. Yeah, whenever my sister would come over, it was like all hands on deck, and then they'd be like, passed out. It's great. He does not like sleeping though, my nephew. He's like, I want to witness life. And he likes to fight it. He slaps himself. He does all the things. He'll slap you if you the funniest thing, because his dad is like really good at putting him to sleep, but he's like this big bear and he has this long beard, and he just like goes buck because he knows, like he like wraps him up in a certain way, and then he's just like, no, like smack, smack. Like he knows you're trying to put him to sleep, and it's the funniest thing. Kids are so funny, and he's like slapping himself. He goes to sleep and he's like, no, I missed it. Like, bro, this is like a lot. You're traumatizing yourself right now. And then he like slaps himself, and then he starts laughing so hard because he slapped himself so hard. I'm just like, what's happening with your child right now? Sometimes you just gotta let them let them do the thing. Like, are we going to talk about how this kid is self-soothing right now, or like but it's always funny. And then he grabs his dad's beard and he goes, yank, and he's like, ah, and he goes, like, it's like he's so smart. It's the funniest thing. I try not to laugh because it's a serious struggle and it's not great, but it's like the funniest to see a 1-year-old beat up his dad like that at nap time. It's quite funny. I have laughed quietly in the corner so many times. Hi, internet. Kids are so funny. They really are funny. They really are super funny. And they're great. And I feel like people underestimate how smart kids are and how magical they are. But yeah, They're awesome. They're teeny tiny geniuses just in a teeny tiny body. I miss them so much. It was funny. We also were getting into Z's fitness class for tots. I was doing exercise for him. It was mostly we were pushing a bucket around, and then we would I would make him chase me so he could get exercise, so then he could pass out later. It was awesome. So smart and bold. Yeah. Kids are dope. I love them. They're awesome. They're just Antoinette, you missed it, but everybody has to have some sort of hand signal for when they overthink so that they can just let it go, give it up. Everybody has a song too. Like got wild. Sometimes you curse and say bad words, but I would say don't always do that. You might have to rewind it and see what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh, yeah. Antoinette, you have to send Kevin the link and you have to send me a link. We're both waiting for links. That did not work for my youngest nephew. At the track meet, he ran for like 2 hours and was not tired. We should have entered him. Yeah. Yeah. No, he has a lot of energy too for a 1-year-old. I'm like the only one who could keep up with him. Like he just keeps going and going and going. I mean, you have to be careful, obviously, because he's not used to like his own muscles and he's still building muscles. But he's like a brick. He has a lot of energy. And so we were just running around forever. I didn't mind it. But my family was, they were off doing other things. Like, here, be with Auntie Click Clack. And I'm like, yes. We're going to have so much fun. So much fun. That's what we did. Ran him like a horse on a track, basically. We also played games. I made it challenging for him. Introduced him to some classic rock. I made him laugh the whole time too, because if he laughed, it was like a little bit harder for him. He was also getting tired, and I was like, see, can't do it all, buddy. I'm gonna win. Okay, I'll check it out. I got y'all. Good, Antoinette. We're waiting. All that sweet auntie memories. What sweet? Exactly. Your sweet auntie memories, my sweet auntie memories. Yeah. He's a cute bug. A drive always does the trick. Yeah, sometimes with him. He's very observant. The drive helps once you've like run him into the ground. like he's just like the world is his jungle gym. He's like a rugrat, literally. He's a rugrat. And then the car hits him. And his ride home is about like 45, 50 minutes. So he gets a good nap in, which is great for him. And he sleeps like a rock. Once he's asleep, he's not a light sleeper. Like he's like out. And he wakes up really slow. like I'm like, I don't even think you're here. He like doesn't fully wake up for like 2 hours. Like he's not himself and his head moves all slow. But that's how my sister wakes up too. Melatonin. Tart cherry juice is also really good. Oops. Angela, my 3-year-old nephew says, oh, my medicine then would stay up all night. What the heck? Hey, everyone. It's been an intense day. How are you, Dee? What happened? That's so funny. Yeah, kids are Kids are a handful. It doesn't really change. Like adults are a handful too, but like kids are a handful in like a completely different way. I've done a lot of like community work things and watching a lot of kids, and I'm like, this is unique. But I have it in my favor that I kind of look like a fairy. So kids are like, what are you? And I'm like, great, I've got your attention. This is perfect. I'm like, run now, you go take your nap. To the family, go, I got their attention. Yeah, I got to get them in a nice, dark, quiet environment about 20 minutes in, or sometimes it doesn't work. It's so funny. Yeah, my nephew, I got like a sleep light that has all these sounds. It was for myself, but also I was doing research. And I also got it for him after I left because the room that he, like, they were putting his crib in was going to be the room that I was in when he comes to visit. And so I was like, I feel like he would really like this. And anytime we turned it on, he was like, this is a trap. Like he knows. Like he just knows. Like, no, it's a quiet, calm environment. And oh, he can't fight the ocean sounds. He can't. He can't. And he doesn't like get where it's coming from. And like it's like all these swirly lights. Like he's just so like, what the fuck's happening to me? And like he's too distracted to slap himself. So then he falls asleep. Yeah, that's how you do it. You let them play. And then the drive. Yeah, exactly. Like we got it all timed out. It's like Auntie Click Clack comes in right at the end. Like I got him in between too when people are like, the fuck is this kid doing? And I'm like, don't worry, Auntie Click Clack has this. Auntie Click Clack has this. And I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And he's like, woo! And I'm like, bruh, let's do this. And then I'm like, what time are you leaving? Okay, I got you. I'll take him. Like, let's do this. Auntie Click Clack Fitness. Oh, Auntie Click Clack is so cute. Yeah, they named me that. My sister gave me the tart cherry juice. The kid laughed at that juice. Yeah, you got to give it to them consistently. They're not going to know what hits them after a while because they think it's just juice. But some kids, I think it does the opposite to them. Some kids, it makes them more hype. Yeah, it depends on how they process it. But you also need to get like a really good tart cherry juice and not one that's like filled with a lot of sugar. The kids process things differently. But also feeding them this other types of food that naturally help the body produce melatonin towards dinner time helps too. I love the new release of Mango Woman. Oh my gosh, Kevin was bringing that up today. Like it was sexy and spiritual and just 10 out of 10. Wow. So I was up, so it didn't drop on time because I had another chapter that I was going to drop, but I just got this like hit and was like, no, I'm going to write something else. I'm going to write something else. And then I scrapped the other chapter and it was ready to be birthed. Ah, the Mango Mistress. What? Who else read it? Who else? Don't forget to comment. What did work was the Dory fish tank with the aquarium sounds. I love that. I fucking love Dory. I love Finding Nemo in general. I was a full ass adult with Finding Nemo sheets. That's how much I loved it. Most kids, it will make them sleepy. Yeah. I want all the naps I denied as a kid. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's a great way. I feel like that's what we're all doing right now. I promised myself that I was gonna have a nap every day, but I was too in creative flow today. Like I was so excited that I like went to lay down. I was like, no, I don't want to. No, I wish I had one. Cash in that nap bank. I take a nap today. Give them to me. Exactly. Yes, King. I have teenagers over here and it's a whole ass debate. Oh my gosh. I bet teens are different. Teens are a whole different thing. I did a lot of summer camps with teens and mentoring, and they're like, there's a whole different kind of handful. Like, I'm like, you're like almost an adult, but like, why are you acting like this? But like, also, you're not an adult, so I'm not going to treat you like that. But like, why are you acting like that? Like, I feel like there's like so many moments where I'm like, what were you thinking? Oh, you were thinking. That's actually a great idea, but like, why did you implement it like that? Like, what's happening? Oh, Lion King is goated. I love the Lion King. I was just talking about the Lion King. I watched Finding Nemo the first time at the house party, full of adults too. You know what's weird? The reading that I did for the YouTube subscribers, actually, I was talking about the Lion King. We need all the naps. We do. I love this one too. This one is one of my favorites. Dang. What did y'all like about it? I mean, Dee already said, gave some tidbits. This one was, yeah, it needed to come out. I feel like it needed to like, I like couldn't stop, like my brain couldn't stop, my energy couldn't stop. And I just was like, you know, when you get into that flow. Is that how you type? Anybody else? That's how I type with my fingers and toes. Just kidding. I don't know why. This is what happens when you spend too much time by yourself being a creative writer. Anybody else? No? Everyone I talked to today was so tired. Was, what is this moon doing? Yeah, no, a lot of people are tired. My neighbor too said he was tired. Yeah, I talked to him for a while. He was like, I just feel so tired. He's like, have you been sleeping better? And I was like, kind of. Still feeling a little tired, but I've been doing a lot of cleansing at the ocean. Like the minute I feel that tired, I'm like, I start alchemizing because I know that I'm not about to get caught in that. But yeah, it's the energy. It's like doing this. Teens logic is wild. I like when they turn 19, bro. When they turn 19, it's like, especially in the US, because they're like basically full ass adults. They just can't drink, but they drink anyways. It's like they think they rule the world. They're pretty much acting like the president. That one camp that I did with those teens that were that age, I was like, just because you have enough money to buy her a wedding ring from Disneyland doesn't mean you should do it. Like, I was like, what did I sign up for? where's Ideala? Ideala was talking about doing summer camps with teens recently. She's like, I'm never doing it again. Like, I know exactly how you feel. Like, I remember seeing them, and I was like, what is on your hand? What is on your hand? And they're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? You are the daughter of like the head person in Kuwait. You cannot do this. It's like, do you know what's gonna happen to us? Absolutely not. So your father's gonna pull up with all these cars and flags on them, and your father's like the head of whatever in Spain. Like, take off that Disney engagement ring. Where did you get the sapphire? I was like, what? Stop being adults. Go to class. You're late. Do your laundry. They're bananas. Yeah, two stepdaughters here, 15 and 19. Ooh, those are some great ages. I love them. No, they're fabulous. I loved the teens, but I also was like, you're going to give me a stroke. Giving me a stroke. They're like, oh, come on. It's not so bad. And I was like, why were you outside drinking on that cliff? Like, I felt like I was like on edge the whole time. The whole time. That was our job. We had to make sure they didn't fall off the cliff, literally. They just don't be knowing what is going on. Yeah, it's like they're adult, but they're like not processing things still. And they're like still figuring out life, but they have that freedom. And they're like, wow. But I'm like, live. Like, you should totally live. But also, I have to teach you what the boundaries are because you're literally like, we're responsible for you, and your parents are paying us to make sure that you fucking get the education. So if you freaking fall off the fucking cliff, I was like, oh, they give you strokes, those loving teens. I like when they move out of the house. Exactly. I was so excited to move out of the house. Was anybody else excited? Did anybody move out of the house? Not everybody moves out. Technically, I didn't really move out until later. Was I a teen? I don't remember. What's your best manifestation tool that you'd recommend to everyone? Well, even better question. What are you manifesting? And then I can give you my best tool. It was so raw and real feeling. Like, I felt the flow of your relationship and how hard it was to let go, but needed the silver lining with your business taking off after. Yeah. It was like quite the experience. Quite the experience. I can't wait to see what everybody votes on that one. I wanted to save like some parts to talk about. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. There's going to be so many moments in your life when you're in it, like you can't see it, but like you see it, but you can't see it. You know what I mean? Like, you're almost unwilling to see the future, even though you can see the future. Yeah, it was a wild story to tell. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite chapters to write. I feel like I say that about each one, but that one was one of my favorites. Yeah, that was fun. Thank you for sharing, Nia. I love hearing what people think about stuff and like what stuck out for them. They're not adults until 25, just kids in adult bodies. Yeah, they're teeny. The brains doesn't fully develop until then. Yeah, I mean, people are barely adults at 25. Barely still. You don't understand your choices until your 30s. That's why you literally have a Saturn return in your 30s. I think after you reach your Saturn return, you get to be called an adult. Until then, you're a child. Oops. I was out 17, 18. I couldn't wait to get out of there. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm always curious to know when people leave. I'm manifesting love. I know it's coming, but I feel like something is meant to be done on my end to manifest. So, manifesting love, the best manifestation tool is healing. And honestly, putting yourself out there. And deciding like what it is that you actually want, because sometimes people say they want to manifest love, but they have no parameters on it. Like, when you say manifest love, does that mean like an actual partnership? Does that mean like a group of people, or does it mean like dating or marriage, or like getting really clear on it? And then looking at parts of your life, like where the healing comes in, looking at parts of your life about what you learned about it. Like, if you are manifesting, marriage of some sort or some sort of union in that way, and your manifestation isn't quite there, then why do you think that is? It always comes down to healing, because the lower frequency energy has to be released before the higher frequency energy can come in. And then it's being consistent and like really putting yourself out there. Like there's people who want to manifest love and then they don't go outside. They don't go outside. They don't even go on dates. I don't do dating apps because I don't like them. And the only way you're going to be able to heal and go through your manifestations and stuff like that is to also be in relationships. Like you have to be in the energy of relationships, and people want to like skip all the rest of the relationships that you might learn from and grow from just so that they can get to the main person. But it doesn't always happen that way. And sometimes meeting all these different people is the one thing that's actually going to help you manifest the love that you are wanting. And even when you think that you're choosing yourself, the universe will send you people to see if you're truly choosing yourself. But you're not going to be able to see that or like pass your tests unless you go out and make yourself available. Yeah, I went on Substack to find the news story and saw your message. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you. Hello, Jumbo. How are you? 33. Yeah. Right. I felt like I just grew up a few years ago. Exactly. I went to college at 18, but my parents moved here. I came home for a summer and never left. And my mom said I could stay as long as I was working or in school. I think I left again at 25 for privacy. Oh, interesting. Plus rent back then was like 400. I could afford it. I left as soon as I could. 17. I'm always curious. I miss $400 to $600 rent. Yeah, you can get $400 to $600 rent. You just gotta leave the US. I want to manifest $650 rent again. Of course, I've been wanting to sit down and read everyone's, and today I made the time. It was great. I really connected to it. Aww. Thanks for the advice. Absolutely. Yeah, just keep putting yourself out there and healing. It's important. It's really important. And do it for yourself, like sometimes when people want to manifest love, they're like, oh, what kind of person would I want to be for them? And you do want to like have a thought about that, but you don't want to make it all about that, right? Because you're not molding into something else for someone else. You're molding yourself into the best version of yourself. By best, meaning the happiest, self-loved version of yourself. That's going to continue to grow and evolve and change in relationship, and before and after. $650 rent was the ish. My mom didn't believe in kicking kids out at 18. She thought it was cool when her grandmother did it to her. Yeah, it's completely up to the parents. Especially in the world we live in today, kicking people out, I don't necessarily agree with it either. I also think it depends on the relationship that you have. But I think kicking your child out to put them into the system is something we all need to reflect on, to be honest, especially if you're from a marginalized group, right? I voluntarily left. Yeah, me too. A lot of people end up doing that. And it's, depending on your circumstances and what environment you were in, maybe it was better to leave, right? I left and knew I would never go back. Felt bad for leaving my little brother there, but he made it out. He's cool now. Good. And maybe he needed to see you leave. Well, with the rent, plus the kids can't afford to do it the same way. In the US, you mean? Or outside the country? Outside the country, you definitely could. $12.50 is still a steal for rent. I'm like $12.50 was like what I was renting my place in Santa Barbara like years ago. Inflation. I'm glad I knew I had a safe place to return to if needed. Yeah. It's important to know that. It's really important. Yeah, totally. I get that. If you're gonna stay in the US, yeah, 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 it's a different story. Yeah, years ago. Santa Barbara is very expensive. When we first had bought our house there, it was like maybe 700,000, and then that year it like went up to like 1.5 million or something. Like it was wild what happened there. Um, you will not find anything 12.50 unless it's like a tiny room, like a teeny tiny room in some sort of place. I think when I left, I don't even know. I feel like I was paying like $1,800 for a 1 bedroom or something like that. Angie, my sister stayed too. Did your sister make it out? I was paying $650 from a private owner till 2018. I didn't know how spoiled I was. Yeah. 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 650, like at 12.50, I swear I'm like that, not on the other side of the US. Certain areas. Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, my friend was paying like $2,300 in San Francisco for like a small 1 bedroom. So just depends on the city. They even take away entry level jobs from the kids. Yeah. Yeah. For a full apartment in a good neighborhood with high ceilings. Well, y'all better get to manifesting. We can reminisce about the past, or you could you could right? I'm pretty sure King Grizzly had said F the past. If I'm quoting King Grizzly correctly. Like, what are you manifesting for the future? What are you manifesting? Everyone has their own path. Exactly. Everyone has their own path. Everyone's path is different. Yeah, F the past. Who cares? No, I'm pretty sure King Grizzly said that. Like, we can reminisce about it, right? It doesn't serve. It doesn't serve anything for manifesting. It doesn't matter. You can stay in the past or you can move forward. Yeah, I totally get it. And then we release it. Right? Hand signals? Do it. Manifest it. Yeah, my sister left around 25 or 26. Oh, good. See, what is manifestation with intention versus manifestation? Yeah, you can manifest anything if you want with like no intention. It's kind of like forceful manifestation or like reckless manifestation. Like putting your energy towards something that you are desiring and using like whatever means you want to get there. An intentional manifestation or manifesting with intention is actually being rooted in some sort of cause or high frequency emotion to help bring it to fruition. And we kind of talked about the podcast and me playing the intro, right? When it came to business, like my intention with that podcast was to help heal the world. And so it did really well, and I monetized it. And I had put my intention into it. So then people also knew, so that intention carried it forward. But then there's also people who are like, I just want to manifest a bunch of cars, but like, you know, like it doesn't serve anything. Like it's always best to be manifesting with an intention, but also for most of you, not all of you, because some of you are not entrepreneurs. If you know you're going around saying that you're a healer and a light worker, like your manifestations really need to have intentions, like not just for yourself, but for humanity, right? Like, what is your intention? Are you just creating? Like, obviously, you can create for yourself, you absolutely should, but are you also not here to help people? So, what's your intention behind your creations? What is it for? I don't think there's many things aside from like my hairy coconut boobs. I mean, that was for me, but like everything else I've created, I've shared and told people, like, you know, how they can manifest and still make an impact. And like me sharing that story then had other painters go paint and like, you know, sell their art. So it's like, what is your intention behind the things that you do and what you are manifesting? If you want to be a famous designer or well-known designer, like what is your intention behind your designs? Why are you doing it? Anchor into that. I didn't fuck the bath in those nouns. Yeah, exactly. I want pizza. Yum. I love pizza. I haven't had pizza in a while. I lied. I had pizza my first week. But that's a while for me. I love pizza. There's actually a really good Italian place here that has a great pizza. I heard someone said the pizza was small, but I was like, it's on God. God will tell me pizza is easy, except at 1 a.m. on Monday, depending on the city. Yeah, some cities. If you're in New York, though, you can get pizza all day long. If you're in my hometown, no. My book is going to bring joy to the world. I love that. See, have an intention. Have an intention and hold it and visualize it and see it, right? Like make it a part of your reality. Make it a part of your reality. Like as I was doing some noodling on a project, I could hear, it was so synchronistic. I was just standing there and I could hear across the street. I realized I lived across the street from an elementary school. All these kids yelling, and there was like someone on stage with a mic, like getting them really excited. And I was like, oh, the kids are so happy. And it was relevant to a project that I was working on. It's like, have the intention so you can start orchestrating things in your environment and letting it just like percolate, you know? Like for you, King Grizzly, even with, you know, other projects and kids stuff, like how happy are those people going to be, you know? Manifest versus manifesting with intention. Well, nailed it. Yeah, exactly. So you always have to have an intention. Otherwise, it's just a thought. It's not manifesting. You can manifest random stuff from thoughts, but what for? It's your ego. I think I want to manifest my writing bringing me more interactions like Mia's. Oh, like receptivity, kindness, compassion. Can you name it? Yeah, it's super important. Okay, I'm going to stay on for 3 more minutes. I'm going to go. I need to shower and go to bed. This is running tomorrow. I need to get up early. Running. Having fun and running. I'm going to take one last cold shower today. Eat some of my amaranth snacks. Finish my cacao. No, I need to not do all those things. I need to just go to bed. There I go, making my wind down way too long. That's why I started like 7:30, but had a late start today. Pizza is the random, and my book is going to bring joy to the world is with intention. I love that. Kindness, connection. There we go. Not writing in a void, but writing with meaning and creating community through experiences and creativity. Beautiful. Naming it. Yeah, when we can name it, we can express it, we can feel it, we can magnetize. Yeah, my motivation has had to completely transform. I was used to operating from this show, improve energy, motivation from a place of hurt, really. Yeah, absolutely. Transitioning from that, and there's a lot of power in people's stories, but it's like when we use our stories to try and validate ourselves, it's a very different life. Now my motivation has come from a divine place, a place of love. I love that. Yeah. I love all of these intentions. I love it all so much. I love it. And just a reminder for everybody, this Thursday is also Tarot 101. So I'm going to be talking about Tarot 101. So if you want to learn about divination and the tarot, that is going to be a great space. Let me actually look on the calendar really quickly. Ooh. Do, do, do. Yeah, and then this Friday's the Art of Love and Magnetism class. It's Boundaries is Love, Building Safety and Magnetism. And we're also going to talk about awakening the sacral. So if any of that resonates with you, come join this week. I did announce a winner in the last video, but they didn't notify me. So shame, shame, shame. I know your name. I think that's the hustle energy versus intentional. Yeah. Excuse me. Hustle energy is desperate and depleting. It is. It really is. I'm rejecting every lock in because the year is almost ending video that comes across my timeline. Yeah, we're going to release it. Woo! Okay, everybody, I'm going to get going. I am exhausted. Look at my cool cards. These are my new ones. Isn't it fun? You'll be seeing me across Latin America. Woo! I need to give those out. I keep forgetting them because they're on the table. Yeah, I unfollowed mad people on here this weekend. Yeah, it just is what it is. You just do whatever is best for your energy. Everybody's going to be different. The people you're around will change, different phases, different seasons, and then you go. I choose spring and my B day as New Year's. I love that. Good night, internet. Good night, everybody. I'm going to head out. I'm exhausted. And hopefully I will see you this week. Tomorrow's Tarot Tuesday. I'll be live. And then Tarot 101 on Thursday. See you later, family.